Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Zari and you guys are watching Finance Square. In today's video, we're going to be covering another venture capital. Yes, I know I've been away for over a month. I've been busy, I've been doing a lot of research. I was really trying to focus on the direction of this YouTube channel, which I try to focus on things that I really believe in and on things that I actually think will bring you guys value. Sometimes I actually did want to make some videos, but I was extremely busy and I didn't make any time. So in this video today, it's probably my favorite venture capital so far that I have covered, and this venture capital, based on my ranking, did in 7 out of 10 of their investment was successful. So successful based on my parameter, this project has been either acquired or they has been listed on exchange and they made at least 10 times return. In one of those cases, they made I think 10,000 return on their investment. Again, it all depends when they have exited. If they didn't sell all their holding, they made a lot of money. Now I know you guys are extremely excited. You're seeing all this coin. If it's Squid Game, you think it's gonna make you a lot of money, and I want to help you make some order into your cryptocurrency investment, because it's very tempting to look at the next Shiba Inu, next Floki, and some of them will make you a lot of money, some of them will be a scam, some of them nothing good will happen. So I'm trying to focus on project that has been searched, invested by venture capital, because if I know they have invested in them, I know they have met with the team, I know that they've done their due diligence, and I feel way more comfortable in handpicking those projects rather than me going to CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap and just literally trying to find anything that's similar to Dogecoin or to any other successful project and basically hoping they're gonna have a great community and the price will pump. Now for some people this strategy really works, but for most of us, you don't know when to sell because you're literally investing in a coin that was made as a meme, was made as a joke, was just made to make extra money, which that's what we are in this sector, in this sphere. But you also want to be part of something that you actually want to be proud of yourself, of your skill to analyze a project from the early stage, to understand the vision, to also be able to put your money where you believe in, and obviously see in the future how those projects will become bigger, do big partnership, and obviously saying that the price will go up, because that's what we're here for. Now if you're new, if you don't have time to invest in different cryptocurrency, then going to venture capital of their investment, that can be really good idea for you guys, and then you can obviously look at investing. Now before you guys invest, you should obviously look at seeing that you're not really buying all-time high, and my philosophy in life is always try to buy anything below 50% of the all-time high. That is my rule of any crypto investment, because if there's gonna be another correction, so it might go from 50% to another 50%. This is my general. Now let's dive into this venture capital, which we're gonna be looking at. It's called Multicoin, which has been launched in 2017, and this year only they raised over $100 million. Now I'm excited. I spent thousands of hours going over their investment and their cryptocurrency, and I want to share with you those projects. So let's dive in. So we now gonna go over their website and their portfolio, and obviously see together which one we think are very good, which one we still think there's a chance for it to go even further. And I actually saw like 2 projects which I think it's a great opportunity for you guys to obviously look into it, and obviously consider if this is your cup of tea, and this is, and you obviously can potentially invest some money. So let's start with their website. So Multicoin is called Multicoin Capital, which has been launched in 2017. and they have presence in New York, Austin, and Beijing, and obviously have invested in multiple cryptocurrency. It's being led by Kal Samani, which is the managing partner, and you have another one called Tushar Jain. So they seem to have brought in some really big expert to handpick and select those different crypto projects. Now, when we look at their portfolio, so they have in total 27 different projects. So they have, if you look here at the category, they have some that are related to infrastructure, some that are related to layer 1, enterprise, privacy, mobile, layer 2, and identity. So then we have here Alpha, Arweav, Audius, BAC. So if you don't know BAC, it's from the New York Stock Exchange. Basically, they created their own crypto exchange tailored for institutional and enterprises. Basically, you have Core 98, which I actually never heard about it. You have Dfinity, which I'm gonna go back into it and tell you the story about it. So I have some friends that have invested in the early round. I'll give you the story later on, and this is really interesting. So if that's how much my friend got into the early round, and I know wow, it's a big, so they made a lot of money. Then we have Diffuse, Dune Analytics, Eden, Furumcombo, Helium, Keep, Livepeer, Mat Wallet, Mobilecoin, Near, Nervos, Oxygen, Perpetual Protocol, Saffron, Skale, Solana, Spring, and Tagomi, which has been acquired by Coinbase in 2020. And you have also Textile, the Graph, Torus. Now, some of those cryptocurrency, some of those crypto projects, you maybe have heard about it, maybe they already are in your portfolio, but some of them you haven't heard about it. Now, the beautiful things about those one, that out of those 27, 20 out of the 27 are considered successful, meaning they got listed, meaning there's a price metric, meaning the price went higher than wherever they enter. Now, if you go back to Dfinity, for example, Dfinity, my friend actually gotten into it at one of the early round. The early round, I think, was around $16, and it went to $700 within a few weeks after it got listed on CoinMarketCap on exchanges. So that is an insane return. And obviously, I'm guessing they even enter even at the earlier stage. Now, the money you can guys make in this sphere is ridiculous. We're gonna see more and more venture capital will be tailored and focused on finding crypto related project or Web3 or NFT or gaming, because there's much more money in it. You can obviously make, within 2 years, you can make 10,000 times return on your investment compared to investing in the next Google, which will probably take 5 to 6 years until they're acquired, until they go public. This is much faster, much more easier, and also their return or the percentage they actually take from those investors are much higher because there's interior much more risk. And so this, let's start from the beginning. So the first one we're gonna cover is called Perpetual Protocol. So Perpetual Protocol, basically what they do, they're decentralized perpetual contracts. So basically they're trying to create a more future way of trading, but this that is on the blockchain. You can actually track, you can see everything. So basically more transparency. So basically on-chain DEX with high efficiency liquidity, provisioning, and up to 10x leverage for maker and taker. So basically they're trying to decentralize future trading, which is most cases are created by those exchanges. So in this case, they are trying to let's say outsource their decentralized perpetual contract to let's say decentralized exchanges like DYDX, for example, and any other future decentralized exchanges, or if it may be Uniswap or SushiSwap, that they actually want to enter into those future trading with leverage, obviously that's all their target audience. So based on what we can see, they have $17 billion in volume, and they have 15 different markets. They have served over 2,000 traders, and they have traded over 3 million transactions. So this is what they're doing. I think it's kind of interesting. And again, if we're gonna go more and more into those decentralized Uniswap and SushiSwap, I think this can be extremely interesting. So let's see what is the price matrix. So in this case, their market cap currently is $1.1 billion. That is an insane amount of money. Now I actually wanted to see what was the highest. So the highest was 1.2. So basically now they are sitting literally at the all-time high. Let's look at the price. So from what I can see here, the all-time low was 0.65 cents. The all-time high was $24. Currently we are trading at 33% lower. So in theory, currently based on return on investment, if you obviously got in on, I don't know, day one they got listed, you made 762. If you obviously bought it a year ago, you made 2,400. Now again, this is $1 billion. When they invested in this project, I'm assuming they had zero market cap and they got maybe 5% or 10%, whatever they got. So they made a lot of money. They do not get the prices that we see here on this chart. They got at a much lower price, so they made money. They made at least 10 times return on this specific project, and this is why I'm telling you guys, checking venture capital portfolio is a must do for you guys before you even decide to invest, because when you invest as soon as you can on those projects and you don't really buy it all-time high, and maybe there's a correction and you really believe in this specific project what you're trying to achieve, you'll feel a bit more comfortable compared to just selecting anything for coin market cap. Just for information, as of today, there's 14,071 projects, and I always say it's much more easier for you guys to invest in all of those projects. So let's say you have $10. If you put $10 in 14,071 project, you will be, let's say, investing $140,000 and $710 for the sake of potentially making $1 million. Now all it takes is one project that will make you 10,000% gain, and you are back in the game. 10,000% gain, you are looking at already $10,000. Put $10 and you make $10,000. That is literally a lot of money. So this is why I'm saying that if you guys are doing lottery, stop doing lottery. You should definitely look at cryptocurrency, because you can literally, if you don't have that kind of $10 to put in all those 14,000 project, there's obviously a different way for you guys to do it. And I always say, if you like to take risks, take 10 projects you really believe in, maybe at the early stage, put the money, wait for it to reach at that $1 million, and then obviously start looking at exiting, and you most likely will make money if you find the right project. So the next one I'm going to cover is a project called Saffron. So let's see what Saffron does. I actually went to their website. So Saffron, from what I remember, let's do this. Let's log out from their app. So from what I understood, what Saffron does is, let's see. So Saffron is an asset collateralization and customized risk protocol for DeFi. Basically, they created a protocol to enable us to tokenize ownership, and obviously to get some staking. So I would say similar to SushiSwap and all this other one that want you to stake different cryptocurrency on their app for the purpose of earning interest or dividend, whatever they want to call it. So this is their website. You click here, you have different staking, and you have the total money that has been allocated. So you have their own token called SFI SFY. Then you have how much you will get in returns per year, for example. And obviously you have total allocated in each basket. So if you are interested to maybe try your luck with the next Uniswap, this can be obviously kind of interesting. And the cool thing about it is that they have a very low market cap. Now the highest market cap they had was $250 million, and currently we are trading at 52% lower from all-time high. And so that is a situation. And if you look here, all-time low was a year ago, which was $67. We're now at 597. So basically 781 return on investment. If you obviously participated in their investment, in their ICO, whatever they want to call themselves, they made 13 times return. So this is something for you guys to consider. Again, I'm not a big fan of this project because I think there's a lot of competitor in this niche. So then we have another one called Skale. So Skale is an elastic blockchain network, build powerful Ethereum dApps. So basically they're trying to give more tools for people to build apps on top of Ethereum, which is more scalable, I guess, and it's easier to implement. Again, I'm not a tech guy. Again, if I'm investing in any of those projects based on technology, I'm just literally guessing. So I do not read the white paper, I just go over the website. I go over who are the CEO usually, if they have any successful company they did in the past. Based on that, I obviously make a decision. Now, if we look at the pricing of Skale, so like the token is called SKL. It's currently at $873 billion. Sorry, $873 million. So it never broke that $1 billion market. Price wise, if we look here, so if we look here, we can see all right, so it doesn't show me what was the all-time high was actually 8 months ago. So since then it went down by 70%. Again, if this might be the next Solana, the next Cardano, obviously this is something for you guys to consider. Usually the chances of a project to really do so well on top of Ethereum is good, but obviously if you're building something new and you obviously are able to create a need for it, then you definitely have a higher chance. So again, I do not know what was the price of the purchase, but from what I can see here, it doesn't really show me the data, but I'm guessing they already made out of this like 10 times return minimum. Let's move to the next project now. The next project I actually cover in one of my videos where I compare Solana and Cardano and Ethereum. So you should probably go and check it out. I did an analysis based on a node, based on transaction, and based on use case, for example. And I made back then a decision. And today, Solana is top 4 cryptocurrency project. Now, they literally created a new blockchain that is capable to transact with, from what I can see, more than 2,000 transactions per second, and they have very low transaction fees. One of the main issues we have today is that if you want to stake on Ethereum, you have to pay a ridiculous fee if it's for NFT, if it's for staking. I'm looking at sometime at $800 and $1,000. Now, if you're staking, let's say $5,000 worth of token, and you need to pay for this smart contract $1,000, you're already giving away 20%. So you're staking for the purpose of making 20% or 10%. So meaning that you're losing already 2 years of return because you pay a very high transaction fee. So obviously that's where Solana was able to come in. They obviously had a very good partnership. They work with FTX. For example, they also created like their own NFT ecosystem. So they are really doing good. And another thing you should also know, they also launched like $100 million fund, basically to get people to use their blockchain and obviously to build more use cases. Now, if you look here at the pricing, sorry for all this thing, I'm using suspend tab. Let's close this one. Now, for me, this is probably the most successful project that Multicoin invested. Again, if you were just to mirror this investment of this venture capital and you put $100 in each project, you'll be doing good today. Good. So basically, they made 104,000% gain. Let's just try to simplify. If you had $1, that $1 became $104,000. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes all it takes is that one project and you're out. If you put $100, you'll be looking at $1 million. Okay, maybe my numbers are wrong, but this is an insane return. And wow, this is really shocking and amazing. And again, no one would have thought they will be as big as they are. But if you had it in your portfolio and you invested in a project you believe in, for sure you'll probably realize at some point that your $100 or $1,000 have became $1 million. So yeah, for sure. So I'm saying this is why trading is not so good, in my opinion. Why going and doing your research and finding out what are those projects that those venture capital are investing, and waiting for it to be listed or waiting for a correction, obviously start buying, and obviously try to stick to your own budget, and then just wait 2-3 years, and then you look at your wallet and then you see like 100,000 gain, 1,000% gain. So this is exciting. Now the next project that I also saw that they actually invested, it's a project called Spring Lab. So what they're trying to do is they are the future of secure data exchange, unlocking data value by enabling institutions to more securely control and exchange data. So basically there is some other projects are doing something similar. I guess they have found a better way to do it. So basically they're trying to provide a way for exchanges or companies that have secure data to obviously to send and to look and to view without being hacked. And obviously every few weeks or so we're hearing there is this company that has been hacked. We've even heard like recently Robinhood had their clients information been leaked. So obviously using a company like that they're able to give you a solution that can not be hacked is amazing. So it's all depend who's gonna be using them. So basically if you read here, launch partner are building permission DeFi liquidity pool by accessing an on-chain KYC and AML screening result in the KY0X passport. Partner can deploy KY0X KYC verification and AML screening solution with only a few lines of code. Issue KY0X passport via API with existing KYC and AML result. So basically this is a much better way for them to for those partners, exchanges, broker, whoever they're gonna target, obviously to manage and reduce the risk of their data being leaked. So this is what they're doing, and they don't have yet a coin. If they can have a coin, I would definitely look at maybe putting a few dollars there just in case they're gonna have a strong partnership with Robinhood or eToro or one of those big brand names that will really push their valuation higher. Now then you have this project called Textile. So they're doing data infrastructure for the decentralized web. And now for you guys, also Web3 became extremely popular, and you should obviously have some of those different Web3 projects in your portfolio. So they have different clients, different partners, and they don't have yet a token, but definitely have it on your portfolio. Now, another project I think is kind of interesting is this project called the Graph, which they're basically creating APIs for vibrant decentralized future. The Graph is an indexing protocol for querying network like Ethereum and IPFS. Anyone can build and publish open APIs called subgraph, making data accessible, easily accessible. Okay, that's what they're trying to do. And in this case, there is a token, and I think that their valuation also went quite high. Their market cap is $5.4 billion, and if you look here, their all-time low was 0.10. So in this case, if I look at the number, if they made over 10 times return, if they sold at the peak, they made around 28 times return on this project minimum. So this is why I'm saying that do your research. Now, another one that I thought was kind of interesting, it's called Torus, non-custodial key management with password authentication. So the first is the key to combine simplicity of passwordless authentication with the security of private key management. Now, I'm using this this software called LastPass in order to save and secure all my password. But again, using a software that is using private key management, I'll probably feel much more safer, because I know that are almost impossible to hack, or maybe I should say impossible to hack, and that can really be interesting. So this is something that I actually personally really like, because I'm using a similar product, and I'll definitely will, if you work with the existing website, I'll definitely consider using it. So actually, let's see the pricing. So they are not actually targeting me and you, they're actually targeting enterprises. So today you have Google Authenticator, you have like some other tools that are targeted to enterprises. So I would like to use this sort of solution, and that's how much they charge. So I think this is kind of actually interesting. It might become very popular. But let's check other project. Next project we're going to be looking at is, it's called Helium People Power Network, Start a Wireless Revolution. So the concept of this project is basically to create a more decentralized Wi-Fi internet connection. So basically enabling everyone to have internet connection to basically to share it or to enable anyone on the Helium network also to use it. So basically, instead of you relying on your home internet or coffee shop, having multiple people around the world sharing their Wi-Fi, and because they're sharing their Wi-Fi, it's being used, they obviously are able to get the Helium token. I think the concept is really, really good. You obviously see how many hotspots are live. There's currently 209,000 hotspots that are on this network, and you have the total amount of the token, and this is how you can actually mine. I think it's kind of interesting. I was actually kind of shocked with the price, with the coin market cap of this coin, $4.8 billion. Now this is not the first project I've seen that is trying to decentralize the Wi-Fi and the internet. This is the first one that I saw that reached this valuation of 4.8, which is insane. And if you look here, it's 42,000% return on a year. 42% return. 42,000% return. You mean if you put that $1, you'll be looking at $42,000. And yesterday was the all-time high, which was 54. So obviously we're looking at the highest level they ever reached, and this is kind of interesting. So again, finding those projects at the early stage is crucial. I actually want to see the market cap of this project. Okay guys, look at this. In May 2020, the market cap was $8 million. In May 2020, from $8 million to $4.8 million. Do you understand how much money this is? It's a crazy amount of money. Now there's this other project, actually I came across it, I think 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So the whole concept at a time that they wanted to create a solution to make Ethereum private, and it seemed that today they're also offering other solutions. So you can obviously stake on Ethereum first private computer and earn up to 4,145. So staking with Keep is the best way to back a truly decentralized and future DeFi. So the whole concept was to make privacy focused infrastructure for the public blockchain. So basically you can actually send transaction in a privately manner. So that was the whole concept. And to be honest, I'm not sure if they're live yet. I know their other feature of staking is live. I know the token is doing very good overall, but I haven't really seen any news people using it. Maybe it's been used by more centralized entity or exchanges that do not want people to see how much money they send. So yeah, and obviously if you want to stake, you can obviously stake. This is how their interface look like. But let's talk about the price of Keep, because Keep price, man, it's insane. Let's do this. So this is how much is being currently locked. You have how much is it? $10 million that is being locked. You're getting approximately 17% in annual reward. And I actually like this project because if you look here, it's $367 million. Let's look at maximum market cap. So the maximum market cap, from what I can see here, was $500 million. That was the highest. And if you look here, the prices, so the prices all-time high was a year ago, where this token was basically from that time to today, it went down by 90%. And an all-time low, it seemed to have only made over 200% gain. So again, this project may or may not be successful, but the fact that it went down by 90%, you know what, trying $100 or $50, maybe. So maybe it will become, you make out of this $50 $500. So basically 10x return. And this is something you should obviously consider. So in this case, we're going to be looking at Livepeer. So Livepeer is a decentralized video streaming network built on Ethereum blockchain. So you can obviously be able to participate in 3 different ways. So you can even become developers, you can own extra token by becoming token holder, where you'll be able to earn Ethereum and also the token LPT, or you can become a miner. So basically by enabling your GPU to basically run their node, you're going to be able to gain some of the transaction. So I think it's kind of interesting, and I think this project can become huge. And I came across this project when it was $20, and think it reached the all-time high the other day. I think we're talking about 4 days ago. It reached $100, and now it's trading at 60% lower. So we're looking at $60. So again, I still think this project has a lot of room to grow. And another thing I also want to mention, that Grayscale also have a fund called LPT, which is basically Livepeer, and it's been listed on Coinbase, Binance, and Kraken. I really think this project can go extremely far, and I think this is one of those projects you will literally hold and hold and hold and keep buying, and in 4 years, 5 years time, you look at it and you're like, wow, I made a lot of money. Now I think whoever can should at least own 1000 LPT. Currently we're looking at $60. I'm guessing at some point we might even go to $50. But I think the long run for this price is probably $300 to $400, which would put it at a market cap of $6 or $7 billion. So I think this is really kind of interesting. So just for you guys to see the price metric. And do you know what was the price of this token a year ago? Guys, a year ago it was $1. So if you guys came across this project 2 years ago, you would have made 17,000% gain. If you put $1, that's how much money you would have made today. Guys, this is a lot of money, guys. This is insane. This is ridiculous. Alright guys, so there's a lot of projects out there that or maybe has more merit than others that may not grow as much as Shiba Inu or other coin that sound exciting, but for sure we want you to make sure you can actually sleep and not worry about that you guys invest in a shit coin or in a coin that you do not believe, but just for the sake of, if you have a lot of money and you like to take risks, probably you will invest in a coin that you don't really believe in. Maybe you're not going to put 100% of your money, you're going to put maybe 10% of your budget. But selecting the top project you really feel comfortable, that is, you feel much better, and you don't need to check all the time what is the price. Now another one that I thought is amazing is this project called Matt Wallet. So Matt Wallet, in my opinion, is maybe the only wallet that has more than 70 different popular public chain. Now not all projects are built on Ethereum, so you have here Bitcoin, Polkadot, Solana, Filecoin, you have even Huobi ECO chain, Avalanche, EOS, Kava, Ontology. So you really have a project focused on building a wallet solution for more than 70 projects. They obviously give you the option to stake, to obviously participate in CeFi and DeFi project. So I really like this project because this is the only wallet that has 70 different projects actually or have onboarded, which is amazing in my opinion, and even have their own token. Now will I invest in this wallet now? Probably not, because I think it's already maybe went a bit too much, but still it's 65% lower. If you really believe in a project, if you are a wallet user and you needed to use a wallet that can support multiple blockchain, maybe you should buy this token. Maybe, why not? Might be a good option. Now another coin that I thought was interesting, it's called Mobilecoin. So safe and easy payment at light speed. Again, this made me think of this project called Celia that also have similar feature that went up to I think $4 or $5 billion, and I think this can maybe reach those valuation. So if we look at the current valuation, we're looking at, there's no valuation at this moment. I think it has been added recently. So it been added, from what I can see, December 2020 was around $1, and then it went from $1 to 58. So it went to almost $1, $2 to basically over $60. So literally 958. If from $1 to 71, looking at what's called 7,000% gain. So there are plenty of opportunity, guys. You just have to find the one art for you guys. Now I think this video price might be the longest video that I ever done, because there's so many different projects I need to cover, and I think that you guys need to know. So this is another project called Near. So Near, reimagining your world through simple, secure, and scalable solution, scalable technology. Near empower millions to invest and explore new experience. So that's what they're trying to do. So they're obviously trying to target the NFT, DAO, and DeFi. And obviously, as I mentioned, there's the whole issue of scaling issues, and obviously they're trying to run a multi-chain future. So they're obviously trying to enter that metaverse world, obviously NFT, gaming. So let's look at their pricing. So Near Protocol is at $6.3 billion, which is kind of high, but still, you know, if they got in the early stage, they made a lot of money. So all-time low was a year ago, which was 52 cents. So basically, since then, we're looking at 2,132. So again, if they bought it at let's say 10 cent and they exited at 13, they made 100 times return. Again, we have no idea how much they invested in, at what price they got the token, but let's say they made at least 20 times return minimum. And I think usually when you should look at project, you obviously want to get yourself in a project where you want to hold it. You also want to get something in return by staking until the price will correct itself, until the price is going to reach to the maximum price that you think this project will be. You don't really want to hold a coin, let's say it's Bitcoin, and not get any interest or any staking reward. You want to hold it for the long term and get something. So I'm now trying to focus on project that I can actually get some reward by actually holding it, because we're gonna go probably next year into those winter period where the market is gonna go down, and you're probably not gonna be investing as much as you're investing in a bull market. And you at least want to know that wherever you have invested in this, in the summer, in a bull run, you're getting at least some additional interest, additional token. So now let's look at Nervos. So Nervos, so basically they're trying to offer an interoperability to universal application. So each internet application live on a segregated network, needing different ways to access and interact. Now in today's decentralized world, we can see this segregation into different ecosystem with poor interoperability. Basically, they're trying to provide this sort of solution, decentralized and sustainable, to be Nervos system to the future economy. So that's what they're trying to do. Again, I'm not a tech guy, so I have no idea if their tech is good or not. I can only judge based on what they have on their website. So their market cap, they already reached once $1 billion, and I think from what I can see here, when they went live, it was already around $87 million. So they probably made at least 50 times to 100 times X return on this project. Apparently it's like what 1,000 return based on the current price. So yeah, they made at least I would say what 1,000, not 1,000. They made 20 to 50 times return on this project based on the size of this project. Now another one that I actually want to cover, it's Alpha Lab. So Alpha Lab or Alpha Finance Lab is a DeFi lab on a mission to build Alpha Universe, include Alpha ecosystem, which consists of Alpha product and interoperate to maximum return while minimizing risk for user. Currently, you have $242 million been staked on Alpha Lab. And then you have on different project that they have obviously have stake. So you have Ethereum. I think it's called, this is Bitcoin Cash. Then you have here another one on Ethereum. I think this is the staking Ethereum. So it's V2, I guess. So I think they're obviously trying to maximize the return by using different algorithm, different reward system. Obviously to give you guys the most money with the least risk. Okay, so this seems to be like they're trying to enter that MakerDAO website, MakerDAO system. They only have a market cap of $500 million. I think the highest was 2.5. So I think it's very interesting what they're doing. I currently only have $1 billion. I think they can easily reach that $10 billion, maybe even $50 billion in 3 to 5 years, maybe even sooner. And if that's the case, obviously their token will get higher and higher and higher. And if we look here, their all-time low was a year ago, and you would have made 4,200% gain. So just for you to understand, if you put $1, you have to pay $40 or $43. So again, I think this project is interesting. I think it has potential to do 10x still, and they already made a lot of money. And this is something you should definitely consider if you obviously are staking in Uniswap or MakerDAO or all of those things. This can be a competitor in the future. So definitely check them out. And if you do not want to use it, why not buy the token and basically wait whenever you do those 10x and obviously exit. Now, I came across this project 2 years ago, and it feels bad that I did not invest. So it's called Arweav.org, store data permanently. So that's what we're trying to do. So they want people to be able to store information in a much more sustainable and permanent way. And that's what they're offering. And you can actually already win or get a token by clicking claim a token and get, I think, like $2 worth of token. So this is just for information. And this project, I'm actually kind of surprised. I remember when I saw this website, I did not think they're going to be able to be valued at $2.2 billion. I'm really shocked. This is why sometimes investing in things they don't really understand, it's actually worth it. You would have made money. All right, so look at this. Looking here, that was the market cap. Okay, so apparently when it started, it was around $200 million. So let's see. Okay, guys, are you ready? 71,000%. Again, I'm saying it. 71,000%. That $1 would have turned you into $71,000 plus or minus. This is a lot of money, guys. This is a lot of money. This is crazy, guys. This is insane. So this is why I'm saying looking at different venture capital might make you richer. If you're doing lottery, do not do any more lottery. So the next one is called Audius, basically unleashing your music. Discover streamers and upcoming artists. So I think they're trying to compete with Spotify, and basically their artists will be able to get a much bigger payout or incentive compared to what they're getting from Spotify. So that's how I look at it. They get the money right away, I guess. They can see everything. So yeah, I think this is kind of interesting. And funny enough, I didn't think this project would reach this level. This is insane. I never thought this project can reach this high. So if you look here, so we're looking at a year ago, it's made 2,895% gain. Guys, this is the only place for you guys to make a lot of money, and it's finding those big projects that can actually make you comfortable and you believe. If you're using Spotify, you should definitely have invested in it. If you do not believe in Spotify, if you don't use SoundCloud, then I can understand why you will not invest. But I'm using it and I still didn't invest in it. What can I say? Even for me, it's very hard. And then you have another project called Coin98. So basically all-in-one DeFi platform. So you can actually swap, stake, borrow, lend, invest, earn with crypto at ease. Okay, that's what they're doing. And it seems that they have their own coin. I'm not so sure. It's very confusing because I couldn't find their own coin. Yeah, so basically it's another way for you guys to swap and earn interest on your coin. Now this is Dfinity. Basically they are a Web3, I'll say, a solution. They're trying to disrupt this Web3 sector by doing what they're trying to do. So let's try to read. Okay. So data storage costs 0.46 per gigabyte per month. So the intercommuter blockchain is only recently launched by developer and entrepreneur. Activity is exploding, and so are the active user of their emerging dApps and services. Check out this example. Okay, actually they didn't know they have so many different projects that actually are using their ecosystem. Kinda surprised. You even have the number of people that are actually using it. It's kinda cool. So I think Dfinity can really be something big. And again, it's currently traded at $46, and the peak was $730. I'm still shocked at how much this coin went up. It went up to more than $50 billion. Again, from $6 that my friend got into it because he is very rich and he has connection, to $730, guys. It's insane. It's insane, guys. It doesn't show you here, but it was 700 if I'm not mistaken. I think it reached 700 if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure why it's not showing here, but yeah, this is insane. Yeah, you see here 737. It's now 93% lower from the all-time high. Now if you really believe in this project, you should definitely go get into it, just because it's currently now 8 and you are hoping it's gonna go back to that $50 billion. So then we have streaming fast, blockchain core dApp. We build massively scalable multi-chain infrastructure. Obviously, if I want to understand, they're trying to provide better streaming solution. This will be one of those projects I'll be literally waiting for the coin to go live, and I'll definitely gonna buy it, because this might be as big as Livepeer, that went up from like less than $1 to $100 within a year. So that is 100 times return, and this might be also one of those potential projects. Then we have Dune Analytics, so free crypto analytic by and for the community. You can obviously see all the data, which obviously people are trading based on data these days. And then you have something called Furumcombo. I'm not a big fan of this name, but that's how they want to call themselves. So master DeFi like a pro, the simple way to optimize your crypto. Basically, they want you to be able to invest in a smarter way, and obviously not to pay a lot of money. Auto reinvest or reward to optimize the return. Auto trade your token to rebalance your portfolio. You decide it's your bot. And then you have flash loan. Execute collateral swap, debt swap, or create a leverage long or short position all in one transaction with flash loan. You can do also private transaction. Send out your transaction in a secret channel to prevent front runners from taking advantage of your idea and to protect your return. I actually like this a lot, if I'm being honest, and I'm definitely will look at the price and see if I think there's a place for it to grow. Now, it currently has a $14 million. For me, $14 million, for me it's exciting. $40 million to maybe $10 billion. That is insane. And currently it's trading at 91% lower from the all-time high. So if there is any project you actually want to remember, it's probably one of those projects, because it's went down by 91%, and I think what they're trying to achieve will become a very big project. Now, I really feel like I missed out on Solana. And then there's this project called Eden. So Eden is basically trying to create another blockchain, giving ability to trade with confidence, transaction network that protect trader from front running, align incentive for block producer, and redistribute miner extractable value. They're working with Sushi, Ban, and Alpha Funds Lab. Don't get sandwiched. So I think this is more like for heavy traders that are being affected, because if anyone can see your trade, it can obviously make you pay more, or basically buy it before you and you buy it at a higher price. So this is basically what they're trying to do. It's more for traders. And funny enough, they even have a token called Eden. Now Eden currently valued at almost $300 million, my bad. And if we look here, again, this number is not correct. It's currently now trading at 64% lower from all-time high. And again, if we look at potentially reaching those Cardano level on Solana, this might do 100 times X from now, meaning $300. Again, if they will be able to deliver what they're trying to deliver, if they're able to get mass adoption, this is probably possible. Now, this is probably the last project I will be covering, called Oxygen. They have like a DeFi prime brokerage protocol to help get liquidity or borrow to short. So natural evolution of borrowing, lending. And again, I think this project can really compete with Coinbase in the future, because they have created a slick website and obviously are targeting more heavy traders. So I think this can be a very interesting project for you guys to add to your portfolio. They even have their own token. So let's click here, their own token. So by you having their token, you obviously are able to reduce the fee. And I think if I have a lot of money, I'll definitely buy as much as I can, because most of those projects that have a very good infrastructure, have a very good concept, and they have a good partnership, are able to really deliver and able to really rise up to their challenge. The current market cap is $447 million. If you look here, the all-time high was $4. So basically we're looking at 47% drop from the all-time high, and the all-time low was 8 months ago. So basically only 78%. I really believe this project can really go high, and if you have like $1,000 or whatever, I would definitely look at maybe buying some of it, just to see if you're able to make some money by staking with them and see if you can get extra. Because if this can become the FTX, guys, just for you guys to know what is FTX. FTX is probably becoming the leading exchange. I don't know, I'm not sure what's happening here. So FTX has become the leading exchange that even Binance have invested at some point, and they are valued, last time I checked, $7 billion. $7 billion. Oxygen token was around $400 million, meaning if they do a very good job, we can look at potentially 10 times return. Now, I cover quite a lot, and this is probably the longest video I ever did, and I'm really excited about this venture capital. I think they have handpicked probably a lot of good projects, and again, you should probably look at investing in projects have went down by over 50%. That's number one. Projects you obviously are familiar with what they're doing, understand the pain, or using something similar. If that's the case, then you should obviously look at buying some of it, having a target, see if there's any other similar project, and see what is the market value, how much return could potentially reach. Put a reminder, put an alert when it reaches price. You can also revisit and see if this is a good time to exit or not. So this is it for me for today. It's the longest video I ever did, but again, I'm very passionate about this venture capital, Multicoin, and they have picked a lot of good winners. Again, they have a 74% success rate. You cannot argue the success rate. So until next time, bye bye.